Okay. All right. So at this point, though, you don't have to do anything to get credit for being here except be here. Okay. Now we're getting to the Canvas introduction, which is what I had a question about a little bit earlier. And and I thought it was 300. That was my other class. It's 400 to 500 words. If you note right here, it says introduction on discussion board, and it tells you the number of words. So you need to hit somewhere in between that. Again, if you don't have enough in there, feel free to go back in today and add to it. And basically what I want to know is I want you to tell me about you. I love to hear about hobbies, about what you really like to do, what your interests are, what you have a passion for. Anything that you're willing to share on there is a really good thing. Besides just me getting to know you a little bit better, it also helps with other students because, a lot of times, especially with Zoom, you really don't get to know your classmates. But let's say you have some really unusual hobby, like maybe you like to put on one of those flight suits and jump off the top of the mountains over there on the highway at 101 going towards Ventura. I've seen people just, flying through the air with nothing but those flight suits, and I'm thinking, there is no way. So if you happen to see another person in the class that does that, then, you might have a comrade. You might make a friend for life. And I can tell you that I've had several students tell me that they've met people in my classes and that they're still friends years later. So, but you would never even know that person likes to jump off of mountains like you do unless, you put that into your introduction. So tell us about you. Then also, what you expect to learn out of this marketing class. And then I have a point in here about what does diversity mean to you? That's a really important point because not just for marketing, not just for, your degree, not just for, but just for life in general. We're a very mixed society now. And, you need to learn to not only accept other people's differences, but to embrace them. You'd be surprised the kind of things you'll learn just talking to other people and hearing about their culture and some stuff you would have never thought about yourself. So you can't become ethnocentric, where if it's your way or the highway. So we used to say in Texas, it's my way or the highway. And you need to be willing and open to find out what else is going on in the world and other cultures, other people. Okay, so that's kind of the comments. You just choose two of your classmates to comment on. I would recommend you scan them and find someone that has like interests, and then you just talk to them about that. It's only 150 words, and comment on it, and maybe say, well, I really like to do that too, or whatever it happens to be. But because you're getting graded on the thoughts you put into it, not necessarily what you put into it. It has to I don't know why I did that either. I have to believe that you thought about it and you put some effort into it. So, okay, so that's that for the introduction. And all of that is due tomorrow, I think the 25th by 11:55. Everything in this class is always due at 11:55 at night. So on whatever day it happens to be. So the reason that you have to have your introduction sooner than the comments is because it has to be there for other people to comment on it. But in this case, I will not count off as long as you get it in today for the introduction part of it. Okay, your LinkedIn assignment. I've had several students already send me their LinkedIn invitations. So remember, on this project, all you do is you create your LinkedIn profile, and then you send a connect button to me that you want to connect with me. And then once I get that, I'll give you credit for the assignment. And put whatever you're comfortable with putting on there. I can tell you that employers do look at LinkedIn. I get a request regularly from employers asking me if I have any recommendations, and they go to the LinkedIn profile to get an information on you. Sometimes before they even ask you to respond for an interview. They have people and they're actually consultants who all they do is work for other companies, and they scan all the social media accounts that different people have, because companies want to know, you know, what your presence is on social media, because they feel like it says a little bit about your character and whether or not you're a good fit for their company. So be sure you don't, I know I've said this before, but be sure you don't put anything on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok or or LinkedIn that you wouldn't care if your grandmother saw it, because there are people out there prowling and looking. Okay, so then any questions on the LinkedIn? All you have to do is create the profile. If you already have a profile, then just go on it and send me a button to connect to you. If you already are connected with me from some other class, just send me an email and tell me that we've already connected before. Okay, your group introduction form. This is where it's on, this form is on the Canvas under, I believe it's under group forms, and you just download it, complete it, and then upload it on the assignment page to this assignment. And then what I'm going to do is I'll look at it, I'll group them into the groups that you're with your peers with, like group 1, group 2, group 3, whatever, and then I will send those to y'all, so to that group, so that you'll all have the information on the people in your group. Today you'll have the opportunity to get some very basic information, but once those forms are turned in, pretty quickly I'll send them back to you so that you'll have a hard copy of the different ways you can get hold of people and when they're available. Any questions on the group form? Okay. Let's see. The next thing is the Kelly McDonald video. This link is a video. All these links worked as of about a week before school started. Hopefully they're still working. You're going to watch this video. It is not dull. It's interesting. The students like this video. And then there's a worksheet under, I think it's on the module page in Canvas, that is the Kelly McDonald worksheet. You download that, answer the questions, and then upload it to Canvas on the Kelly McDonald assignment page. We're good so far? Now I can't see y'all, so you're gonna have to holler out if you have a question, because I can't see if your hands are up, because I only have one monitor. So, anybody? Are we good? Okay. All right, so the next one is the clarification on mission statement versus vision statement.
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, what's your LinkedIn account again?
It's Linda Rubac, R-U-B-A-C, Martinez. And you can also find it by all my degrees came from Texas A&M University, and that's also on there.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Okay, the mission statement versus vision statement. This exercise, there's some videos for you to look at, talking about the two different types of statements that you have for companies. This exercise feeds into an exercise you're going to do further down the road, when the group is going to have to define a mission statement and vision statement for your business. So this is to help you with that project that you will, it's a little bit later in the semester. Okay, the personal mission statement. This is also a form that is on the under group. It's under the module page, and it's just a personal mission statement form. You have to complete the whole form. It's about 5 pages, and it's a process that it asks you about your values. It asks you about a number of things, and after you get through thinking it through, then you're going to actually write your statement for yourself. This is a personal mission statement, not a business statement. And you can have a personal mission statement just like you have personal goals. And okay, I see somebody's asking. I'm checking my chat right now. I just noticed. Let's see. Okay, Mary, the group form info. if you can hear me now, is on the group form is under group forms on the Canvas under modules, and also I think on the homepage. And you're going to fill it out and upload it, and then I will be sending them back to your individual groups. Kimberly, I don't know if I didn't create a Discord, but I think someone that might have been my afternoon class was creating one. Okay, I think that answers the questions that are here. Okay. All right, so on the personal mission statement, you're going to go through the process of defining your goals, defining your values, it helps you kind of formulate your thoughts on what really is important to you. You need a personal mission statement, you need personal goals, because sometimes we kind of blunder in life because we really don't know what we want to do. I can't tell you how many people have just kind of stumbled into this program. And sometimes I help them stumble because I go out and I recruit. And if I talk to somebody that seems to be floundering a little bit, then I draw them in, because this is a great program and people get jobs, which is one you can say for a lot of degrees. But if you don't have a personal mission statement, even in your own mind on what you want to do, even if it's just, it changes over time. Our mission statements, they change. They change with education, they change with life experiences, but you need something to build towards. So that's the purpose of the personal mission statement. Okay, the cross-cultural competency in healthcare. This is a quiz that's online, and then the only proof you need for this quiz is that at the end you get a certificate that says you completed it. It should say your name, but if you miss a step, you won't have your name in there. So be sure you look for that step, because your name has to be on this certificate, and it'll say what your score was. You're going to get credit for doing it, whether you make a 50 or 100. So don't stress out that 50, 60, 70, is going to affect the grade you get for that assignment. This is an exercise that I want you to just kind of get an idea of what your competency is, because a lot of us think that we're culturally competent when in reality we're really not, because we live in our own little world, and sometimes we really don't see everything that's out there. And this self-assessment quiz helps to kind of bring it to light that maybe you need to work in certain areas. So if in fact you go all the way through and your form shows up, and at the top of it, instead of your name, it says I, like the letter I, then you're going to have to either take it into Photoshop or take a picture of it, or do something to get, and then scan it and upload it. Do something to get your name on it. You can handwrite it. Some of you are much better than me at Photoshopping or all those softwares, things you have on your cell phone that I don't even know exist. You can write your name in on there, whatever it takes to get your name onto that form before you upload it. That's the proof that you've taken the assessment, and that's what gets uploaded, just that form. Okay, your APA quiz. APA is, we don't have a lot of assignments in here that have, are like papers, written papers, and those kind of things, but you will have to have if I ask you for references on anything you turn in, like the healthcare advertisement or the PowerPoint presentations or any of those things, then they do have to be APA correct. So every class you have from me, you'll get an APA assignment quiz. So what you need to do is look at those videos that are on Canvas. There's also examples that shows you what's on an APA paper, literally examples that lay it out for you and then tell you what each piece is. What most students stumble on are referencing inside the text and references your reference list. That seems to be a big stumbling point. APA is very different than grammar, so it makes it a little difficult when it's your first exposure to APA. But our department has taxed the teachers with teaching y'all APA, because everything needs to be standardized. You're going to be an administrator, so you need to be able to write a report. and it needs to look like all the other reports that other people write. You can't just kind of do it your own way. So we need some sort of standard to uplift our career field. And what they've chosen is the APA formatting. Okay, any questions so far? Are we good? Okay.
Professor,
Uh-huh.
for the personal mission statement, is there like a word count you want us to do for
No.
that?
No.
Okay.
No. It's whatever it takes. I mean, I don't want like 3 words like I want to be successful. You know, it needs to be, even though that I'm sure is what everybody wants, you need to be more descriptive. But I don't have a specific word count on it.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Okay, so the healthcare advertisement resources page. You're going to select one healthcare advertisement that maybe it's one that you just really like. You know, sometimes there's advertisements on TV that you just really like, you know, or a brochure that you think was really well done, or a YouTube exercise that you saw, you know, like I think it's Geico, one of those companies that has those really funny commercials about healthcare, you know, but they have nothing to do with healthcare till the end. You know, those are kind of funny. And then there's one commercial that I just love, and it's because, and it's very old, they don't show it anymore, but you can still find it on YouTube. But I thought it just really hit home for me. I like, as y'all know, I love trucks. And so this one stuck out in my head, even though I will always have a Ford truck. This one was an advertisement, I think for Jeep. And there was these people up at the top of this mountain. I mean, really mountain, where there were clouds around them. And they were discussing how they were going to get their vehicle, which wasn't a Jeep, to the top of that mountain so they could do this video, advertisement video, talking about how the Jeep could get there, and not the Jeep, the other vehicle, what they would have to do. They talked about airlifting it. They talked about all these different ways they could get the vehicle up to the top of this mountain. And then at the end of the commercial, they all turned around, walked down to the Jeep that had driven them up there and got in and drove away. So that was, you know, that really, to me, that was really funny, and it really kind of told the story, you know, about which vehicle really could get to the top of that mountain. But a lot of these are really creative. They had those other ads where they had that ape or monkey or chimp that was in the back of this vehicle, and every time they said something, he whopped him on the head. You know, there was this series, all these series of commercials that kind of stick to you. So what I want y'all to do is find a healthcare ad, either a billboard that you've seen, you can take a picture with your phone and upload that, or a YouTube that you maybe saw something on TV, then you found it on YouTube, or a brochure you picked up at a hospital or at some sort of healthcare facility, any kind of advertisement in healthcare. And you're going to have to upload that also so that I can see it, or you can upload the link if it's a YouTube. And then you're going to tell me in a minimum of 300 words why you think that ad is effective. And you need to have references that back up what you're saying. For instance, if they're targeting the wrong group, or they're looking for their target market in the wrong place, then there's something in the book that talks about that, or you can find something online that talks about how do you locate your target market, those kind of things. Anything that you state about why you like the ad or why you think the ad's effective needs to be backed up by some sort of information from an authority on marketing. And you need, I believe it's 2 references, and then you reference the ad itself on where you got the ad. At least 3 advertisement sources, and one of those is the ad itself and where it came from. Okay, you're going to upload that. Try to put it into one file so that I don't have to open 2 different files to see the ad you're talking about. Import it into your Word doc and then upload it. Okay, are we good? Remember, good grammar and punctuation. Be sure you check it. I hate for people to lose points when I'm looking at it and Word is telling me that this is the wrong verb and this is whatever it happens to be. You know, Word will automatically show you lines under things, and you know, that pick up spelling errors and grammar errors, and so check it before you turn it in. And, you know, that's a really bad way to lose points. Okay, questions? All right. The evaluation for Navigate 2, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. You're going to watch those scenarios, and then you're going to take the quizzes that are online that are on Canvas under the quiz tab. You can take them as many times. This is the only place where you can take the quizzes as many times as you want. So if you don't get it correct, you know, you can take it again. And so it's up to you if you want to take it till you get 10 out of 10. But, or you can take it at 8 out of 10 and you say, I don't care, I'm going to stop here. But you have the option of taking it multiple times. All right, the second part of that assignment is at the end of the scenario, the lady that's talking to you in the scenario will give you a project to do. And in the scenario, in the current scenario, they tell you to do it on a provided email that they have for you to type it in there, that they provide within the program. Do not do that. I don't want it on that email. I want you to put it in Word, in a Word doc, and keep it less than 500 words. I would say between 300 and 500. You know, sometimes you get to going and you can't stop because you have all these things you want to say, but you need to get to at least 300 on there, but not over 500, because a lot of learning how to write is learning how to not ramble. So typically people are between 300 and 350. You know, if you drop below too far below 300, I will take off a little bit. But if you're like at 290, that's fine. You just need to be in that range on this assignment. Okay, do not use PDF, use Word. I like to look at it. A lot of times I will write suggestions on the paper, and I can't do that easily on PDF. It aggravates me. So be sure and use Word. Okay, questions on that? You do not need references on this one.
I have a question, Professor.
Uh-huh.
In order to view these videos, we have to get a separate program. Is that what I'm reading, or is this on Canvas?
No, it is separate. It's like when you purchase your textbook, if you get the textbook that is digital, then these are included in it. And I think it's $69 for the digital textbook and for these Navigate scenarios. If you get a hard copy of the textbook, then you have to get the package plan that includes the download for the scenarios, and that's around 100 or 110 or something like that. If you already have purchased, or if someone's given you the textbook, then you have to go purchase the scenarios, and you can get those from the bookstore or from Jones Bartlett Direct. And Jones Bartlett Direct, I think they just immediately sell you the download. But again, you have to consider that the scenarios by themselves are like $50, and you can get the digital textbook with the scenarios for, I believe, it's $69. And then I gave y'all a code yesterday that I don't know if it'll work on digital merchandise or not, but if you use the code STUDY23, they give a 20% discount. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes. Which website was that again for the discount code?
Jones and Bartlett, the publishing company.
Got it. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, other questions? Okay, super. And we will have the representative from Jones Bartlett coming in to speak to y'all. I think it's the week after next. Okay. Dennis, we're looking at the next one that we're talking about. We're gonna my mouth is dry today. Okay, so the next thing, this is the social media presentation, group presentation. I love this project. Students typically like it too, but I love it. I love to hear what y'all come up with, because every time I learn something new about social media project. You know, like you're going to choose the social media avenue that you want to discuss. And some of the possibilities are Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, Foursquare, LinkedIn, Groupon. There's tons of them, and TikTok. And then sometimes students come up with some I don't even know about. And so I'm pretty open on what you want to do it on. And what your group is going to do is you're going to decide today after we go into groups, and then y'all are going to email me which of the apps you want. And I need y'all to give me choices, like first choice, second choice, third choice, because it's going to be first come, first serve. And the email with the first timestamp will have the first whack at whichever one they're asking for, and so forth. So we can't have, but like it's just one type per class. So you can't have 3 people doing TikTok. But what you're going to do once you choose your topic and you start working on it, you're going to create a brochure that a one-page. It can be a one-page brochure. It can be like a flyer, anything that you can put all this information on. But it has to be one page, front and back. Most people usually opt for brochures. It was a little different when it was face-to-face because it's easier to see a brochure that way. But again, you can, most people choose the brochures because if you were to print it, that's the most inviting thing typically. But you can choose any way that you want to be able to get the information out to me and to the class. And so the kind of things that you need to put in there are what is the history of the program, of the app? How can it be used in healthcare? You know, you need to be able to and put steps on there on how to download it and then how to set up an account. Is there a cost for it? And is there a cost maybe if you use it as a business but not on a personal level? All the information you would need to know about that particular app. And then you need 3 references, and you have to cite the references in the text of your one-page document, and you have to have a reference list in there. Like in the brochure, it would be like one corner of it and at the back or wherever it happens to be. But you have to have the reference list. You have to have the references in the text. And those references can be where you got the information on the history of it, where you got the information on how it's used in healthcare, anything you use in there that needs to be cited because you got that information somewhere other than between all of y'all, then you need to cite it in there. Then in addition to that, you're going to do a presentation to the class on your particular handout. And so you need a PowerPoint also. And the PowerPoint is going to be just what you're going to say to the class. And I think you have, I think I give you 4 to 6 minutes. So the PowerPoint will only be a few pages, but on there, you're going to talk about what you're going to say to the class, what you would show someone if you were doing a PowerPoint. And you will be showing that PowerPoint to the class when you present. Okay, looks like Brandon made something. Oh, a Discord page. Okay, then let's see what else. Now the grades you get, and there are some rubrics already on Canvas for this, and I will show y'all an example or two also. The grade that you get for your presentation will be on the PowerPoint and on how you present it. That's where your points will come from. And I would like to see everybody at least introduced and say 1 or 2 words. I know with 4 to 6 minutes, it's kind of hard to switch switch people that are speaking, but 1 minute is a long time when you're speaking to a group, I can tell you. So you do need to be prepared for that also. I do have cameras on. I do require cameras on just for presentations. Okay, then it's going to be uploaded both to the assignment page and also to the discussion board. And then everyone in the group has to comment on all the other handouts. So there's 5 groups. You're going to make 1 comment on each of the other 4 groups who presented. And that's what's going to be on the discussion board. Okay, are we good? All right. I don't see any hands. I don't hear anybody hollering. Remember, you need to holler out because I can't see you. Okay, next thing that we're going to go to beyond that is your major project, which is your business plan. This business plan, I'm not going to go into too much detail today, but because I think that it'll all just be like water on duck's back, because it's not what you're thinking about right now. But basically the group is going to create a business, build a business plan, and there's a handout, a form on Canvas that you're going to, for your proposal, you're going to answer all those questions in detail. And it helps you figure out exactly what you're looking for and all the pieces that are necessary for your business plan. Then it'll have a strong marketing plan built in it. Once you have created your proposal, I will grade it. Usually those grades aren't as good because there'll be things that I'll say, well, what about this? What about this? Maybe you forgot to put references in, whatever it happens to be. And then you'll have 2 weeks to correct all those issues, and then you'll create a PowerPoint to tell the class about your business. Typically, the PowerPoint grades are much higher because you've had the opportunity to show you what you're missing, what you need to fix. And if you fix all those things, then your presentation will be, top notch. And that's just kind of a, like a bird's eye view of that project. And we will go into more detail a little bit later in the semester. These are all the things that are going to be due as part of that project. And again, I've tried to be very clear and I'll try to find a project that I can show y'all. I hate to do that because then people tend to copy that project. And I love creativity. I love creative graphics. I love creative thoughts. I love creative ways of doing things, because in today's world, that's what you're going to be doing when when you're working, because money is very seldom will you get a job that says, oh, money is no object. So when money is an object, then you need to find creative ways to get around. So that's what I like to see in all these projects, is creative ways to do things. All right, the references, you're going to need 3 references per person, but you don't need to tell me who gave me those references. It just means, like, if there's 6 people in your group, you're going to need a total of 18 references in this project. All right, you do need to keep a record of your contributions. I'm not going to ask for it unless there's some question or some issue with your group that I need to figure out what's really going on. Then you need a record of what you did, so you won't be accused of doing nothing. Then you're going to have peer feedback, which here again is going to be uploaded both to the assignment page and to Beachboard, and then you're going to comment on every other group's project. And they're all going to be constructive criticism, or, wow, I hadn't thought about doing this. It's a great idea. What have you considered, blah, blah, blah. Not just, boy, this looked really good. You need to go into more detail on why it looked really good. All right, your presentation is 20 to 25 minutes. Everybody has to speak. It's going to be on Zoom, so I want the cameras on. These are a lot of lengthy instructions, but remember, this class is synchronous, so I'm here for you. And I'm not just here during class time. I am literally a phone call away. Do not panic. I don't want anybody having a nervous breakdown because of my class. So, I have an extremely calming nature. I will calm you down, So send me an email, tell me you want to visit, send me a text, whatever it happens to be, and, we'll work through it. Okay, the weekly quizzes, they're just like any other weekly quizzes. You get, they're online. You can take them one time. They are, what you have is usually there's 30 to 40 questions. You'll have 10 questions that are randomly chosen. So it's very rare that anybody in class will have the same quiz. You get 15 minutes to do it, which is above the average of what they recommend. With the tech department says give people 1 minute per question. I give you 15. I'm not going to tell you that, it's cheating to open your book, because, you know, that's just kind of an exercise in futility. What I will tell you is that you have a limited amount of time. So you're better off reading the information. Then if there's one or two you can't find, you would have time to find it. But if you go over, you will get a 0. The system automatically gives you 0 if you time out. Okay, your midterm and your final are kind of the midterm and the final both are two parts each. For instance, you'll have 1 through 4, chapters 1 through 4 in the midterm, and chapters 5 through 7. And you have 85 minutes for the first part of it and 42 minutes for the second part. I'm sorry, not the second, but not 42, 70 minutes for the second part. There's a 5-minute grace period, meaning that you have, once you see you're out of time, you have 5 minutes to shut it down. Again, it will give you a 0 if you go over the time. You do not have to take both sections at the same time. You'll have, it'll be open for, the midterm is open for, I think, 3 days, and you can take 1 through 4 one day and, you know, 5 through 7 the other day. However you want to do it, take them all at once. But once you open either part, like the first part with 1 through 4, then you must finish it. You can't like close it and come back later. But you can take the 2 separate exams at different times during that time period. Your final is set up the same way, except for the final. I have to give it to you in 1 day, so it opens at 12:05 a.m. and closes at 11:55 p.m. on that day that you're scheduled for the final. All right. The rest of this is just class information that's in all your syllabi. And I think that pretty much covers this. So I'm going to stop sharing. I know y'all might be feeling a little overwhelmed. Do not feel overwhelmed. This class is very doable. If you talk to other students that have had it before, they'll tell you that it is a lot of work because it's marketing. It is a lot of work. And it's one of your core classes, but it is definitely doable. And I am here to help you all along, every step along the way if you need it. I just hate it. Like I told you, I was in that stat class that I felt like I was just waving out there by myself, because just to give you all a little information, that stat class had 32 people in it when the class started. When the class finished, only 4 of us were left. 28 people dropped that class. So you can imagine what that class was like. The final in that class, the professor had you come into his office. He had a stack of index cards that was about, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 deep. And then he laid them across his desk and he told us to pick 5 of them. And that was our final. So you whether you got lucky, you know, and got 5 that were easier or whatever it happened. If you didn't get all 5 right, you failed the class. And I was so scared. And so I picked the 5 and I answered them very quickly. And he said, well, that was way too easy. You need to pick another 5. And I said, wait. I said, that is not fair. I said, you said we just had to pick. I just couldn't believe it. And he said, well, no one said my class is fair. So, you know, so believe me, I don't want to put anybody, and believe it, he was a really nice man and he tried to hire me to teach after that, but I was so scared of him. I said, no, I don't think so. So, but anyway, I don't ever want anybody to feel that scared like I was in that class. So anyway, I'm here for you. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm about to call out, looks like we're just missing one person, so I will catch that roll when I put y'all in groups. I'm going to call out the group that you're in, the number that you're in, and this is going to be your group for this whole semester. And then what I'm going to do is open the breakout rooms, and you're going to self-select into the group number that I'm about to give you. So group 1 is Mary, Alcarez, Madison, Tanya, Naima, Pravina, and April. That's group 1. Group 2 is Mia, Julie, Humaira, Amy, Layla, and Kimberly Sanchez. The ones if there's more of you with the name, I'm going to give the last name. Hopefully I'll catch all those. That's group 2. Group 3, Mohammed, Tamara, Kai, Jenny, Isabella, and Sheikh. Group 4, AJ, Sandra, Brianna, Emma, Luz, and Alexander. And group 5, Yesenia, Juanez, Vincent, Angela, Patrick, Lisbeth, and Brandon. And I'm going to send this right now. I'm going to upload it to the chat room in case you missed it. Where's the chat room? It's here somewhere, I know. 1 second to find it here. So it'll give you an opportunity to grab it, because once y'all go in the chat room, y'all need to decide pretty quickly what project y'all want, what app y'all want to use. Group. Huh. Not seeing it. Let's see. Okay, I don't know. For some reason it's not showing up. All right, I will send this to y'all in just a minute. So I'm going to open up the chat room now. Not the chat room, the breakout rooms. And you're going to self-select into the group that I just assigned you. Okay. And if you've forgotten, I'll see you here and I will push you in there manually. And I don't know why where I saved this, but I have to find it. Remember to email me as soon as you decide.
You said chat room is open, right?
Yes, no, the breakout rooms, yeah.
Oh, breakout rooms. Okay.
Is
Okay,
this
thank
Naima?
you. Yes, I
You know
found
which
it.
group you're in?
Yeah, for the group
Okay.
one.
Okay, super.
Professor, could I get my group again, the number?
Sure. I can't see who this is because
For Jenny Nguyen.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You know what? I don't. Oh, here it is. 3.
Okay, thank you.
Professor, can I get my group number as well?
Sure. I'm looking. 4.
Thank you.
You bet.
Professor, I had one more question. With the group introduction, is that one member turning that in per group or we're all turning that in?
That's for everybody because it's your individual availabilities.
Okay.
And then once I get all of them, I will collect them together and send them out to y'all, to the group, so you have the information on everybody in your group. Okay, so I have the results, so y'all will know which one y'all got. And it went by the order of who got it in first. Group 1 has Pinterest. Group 2 has Facebook. Group 3 has YouTube. Group 4 has Instagram, and Group 5 has LinkedIn. And I will send this out to y'all by the end of the day with your names and with the app that you got. Okay, everybody have okay? Any questions before I let y'all go? Are we good? I'm excited. I can tell this is going to be a great semester. I know y'all are going to turn in some stuff I'm going to be excited to look at. So just to kind of get to thinking about it, put your thinking caps on and think about how you can make it, you know, really creative, where somebody looks at it and wants to look at it and doesn't just wad it up and throw it away like those things they stick on our windshields in car parking lots. And I also am not opposed to giving extra credit. If a group goes above and beyond, then, you know, I'm okay with giving extra credit for that. So, okay, we good? All right, y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Tuesday.
Thank you, Professor.
All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah.
Hi, Professor. It's Madison.
Uh-huh.
I came into class late. I came in before 8:15, and I seen on the syllabus that if you don't say that you came in late, that you won't get points. So I just
Yeah,
wanted
you're
to let you
good.
know that.
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
you come
thank
in. I was looking at the group things. So sometimes I look right around 8:10. Sometimes I look later, you know. But
Okay, I'm
you
so
got
sorry.
credit.
I'm trying to get used to the schedule, and my brain isn't working yet.
I understand. I think I told somebody earlier that I need one of those alarms that jumps off the table and goes on wheels, you know,
Me
where you
too.
have
I
to
need something
chase
that
it.
like throws water on me or something. 'Cause
So
I cannot wake up. But
I
thank you.
understand.
Have a nice week. Thank you so much. Have a great
Okay,
weekend.
you too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Professor.
Yeah, same here. I think I was a bit late too, but
I got you. You're good. Yeah, I saw you pop in. So
we'll see you
okay.
next class.
Okay.
Professor, I had a quick
Uh-huh.
question.
Sure, Sandra.
Are there any updates about the Navigate for the book?
No, and that's right. I was going to let you know. And he has not emailed me back. So I'm thinking you're probably going to end up having to purchase the digital one because I sent him another message and he has not responded. So I will. The first Navigate project isn't due for, I think, a week. So you can probably wait because it's a download. So let's wait till Monday and I'll see if I can get any updates, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You bet. All right.
Thank you, Professor.
Uh-huh. Vincent, you good?
Yeah, I had a question. For the textbook, the ebook for the study code, it's study 23, and we go to the was it Jones and Bartlett website?
Published. And go to their to their, I think it's their, I don't know what they call it, their shop or their but wherever you purchase their books, and
Right.
then put in the one you want to be sure that you get the, and I think I gave y'all the ISBN on it, but you want to be sure that you get the digital one that has the Navigate with it. And if you can't tell on their website, then you need to call them and ask them, so you be sure and get the right one, and see if you know, if you can use that study 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there like a capital letter for it, or
It didn't. It just says study 23. I don't. Hang on. Let me look.
Okay.
Before I tell you that, give me 1 second.
Oh, it includes the Navigate as well if I buy it from there, or
Yes, but you got to be sure because we have a special packaging here, but I think that the digital one always includes the navigate unless they've changed something. But you need to, before you purchase it, just talk to somebody, you know, there. Instead of just doing it straight online, verify it, unless it says in the description that it includes the navigate scenarios.
Okay.
All right, I'm looking for this information I got from them. Let's see. Okay. It's all caps. Study 23,
Okay.
and it's 25% off. Hopefully, it works on the downloads too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. If it doesn't include the navigate resources, I think I'll just get the one in from the bookstore. Just
Yeah,
to
you're to be safe. Yeah.
yeah.
If they say that it does, then you know, then they have to make it good. Get a person's name that tells you.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay. And one last thing for the personal mission statement. So we write that on like a Word doc, and you said you didn't have like a word count. So is it just talking about ourselves and like what we want to accomplish in life and like our career goals and like what we do to get to that? Is that like the basic?
It's actually a form on the website that you
Oh,
fill out. It's on, I don't remember exactly where, but it's on, I think under the assignments, for the week that it's due, but, or it might be under forms. I have a thing called group forms and something, but there is a form that says personal mission statement. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll send you a message on where it's at.
okay. Yeah, I think I found it. There's like a lot of different forms. I'm not sure which one you want us to
Okay,
look.
hang on a second and I'll tell you. Let me go back up to that. I think I've got it open here somewhere. Let's see. No, of course I don't. Hold on one second. Let me get it open.
Okay.
Okay, if you go on the home page and you see group lists, group forms, all the way to the bottom, there's one that says personal mission statement.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I have it, and within it, there's like different forms. Do you want us to fill all of that out, or is it?
Yeah, you have to fill, I think it's 5 pages, and you have to, it's a process that it, you know, first it asks you about your core values, and then it asks you, you know, various things, and all in the process, like define what you want to be and what you want to do. All that's part of the same thing. Then once you go through all these steps and answer these questions, and it doesn't have to be, there's no word count, you know, just answer them with whatever it takes to answer them. And then the final thing you'll do is create your mission statement after having answered all those things. Gives you an idea of what goes in there. Okay.
So you want us to just answer all those questions and then submit.
Then create the form.
Okay.
And then create the 2 or 3 sentences for your statement at the end.
At the end. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You just wanted like one page, but okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, you turn in the whole form, but you know, you just have to
Right.
answer. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Are we
And
good?
the cultural competency quiz, you said there's like no score for that. It's basically credit because if we do it.
Yeah. It's just for you to assess what your cultural competence is.
Okay. All right. I think that's good. Yeah, I'll upload the what's it called? The personal mission statement, the Kelly McDonald video as like both Word documents, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll text you if I have any more questions.
Absolutely.
All right.
right.
Bye, Professor.
Okay. Bye-bye.